The cartoon girls of the 2000s were beyond fashionable. They had matching sets, magical transformations, and cute, but arguably impractical, crime-fighting outfits. I don't know what shows the kids are watching today, but I recently saw the Winx reboot trailer. If you don't know, the original Winx Club was known for its fashion, but there's something about these outfits that just don't do it for me in the same way. And it made me wonder, just how fashionable were the cartoon girls of my childhood? And if I saw them today, who would I consider to be the most fashionable? And so here we are, about to find out. We will be ranking what I consider to be the most stylish cartoon girls of the 2000s based on how likely I'd steal their closet today. I will only be ranking the shows that I think had great style, so it won't be every single kid's show, and obviously would be subjective to the fashion I liked as a kid. If I did miss a show that you thought had great fashion, please comment it below because I would love to check it out. And yes, some of these shows are technically from the 90s, but I grew up watching reruns in the 2000s, so I'm still counting them. So in ranking these cartoon characters, we will be using a tier list. I have created my tiers based on a fun little twist to my channel name. We are going to be judging the outfits as if we are art thieves on a midnight heist, and we are looking to steal some art pieces for our collection in the form of animated fashion. These tiers relate to how much of this character's closet do I actually want to steal? At the top of the tier list, this is the best place to be, and this is our to die for tier list. This basically means you want to steal this entire character's closet, and you would go to pretty severe lengths to do so. You would put your own life in danger to have these outfits. The next tier down is you'd steal the whole closet. Now, the difference between this tier and the tier above it is that you want the whole closet, but you're not gonna risk your life for it. Then one step down from that, we'd steal multiple pieces. This is self-explanatory. Then a step down from that is that we would just steal one piece. And then lastly, we have her outfits are cute, but they're just not stealable. This is just the tier where you're just gonna admire it from afar. It's just not the style that you're gonna steal for yourself. So we have about 15 shows and characters to rank, and we're gonna start with one of the most iconic characters in my opinion, Sailor Moon. Already looking at her and her group, this is pretty self-explanatory that these outfits are truly one-of-a-kind masterpieces. I love these sailor outfits. I have always loved them as a kid, and I love them today. One of the things that I really appreciate about Sailor Moon is how detailed these outfits are. So I always loved that she had little moon earrings and a little moon necklace because she's Sailor Moon. I love the big bow. I love these massive knee-high boots, the big bow in the back, the little pleated skirts, the little gloves, the little headpiece, literally everything about it is just so detailed. It's so thoughtful and just together makes the perfect ensemble. When I was a kid and to this day, I do think that the best color combo does go to Sailor Mars. I love her tiny little kitten heels that are absolutely completely impractical, but you know, it's for the fashion. And I just think that the purple and the red together are beautiful. But I will say Sailor Moon is a very close second. So obviously I love this entire group's outfit. However, I do also want to comment on their civilian life outfits as well. I think this is where we can definitely see that this is a show of the 90s. Their civilian outfits are obviously a little bit less exciting because they're just like everyday casual teenage outfits, but they do have a sense of sweetness and girlishness to them. I think a lot of them are kind of basic. However, look at this little bow swimsuit. It's so cute. I personally would never wear this ever, but on Sailor Moon, it's so adorable. Like, how fashionable is this? I also love this little tied yellow number that Sailor Mars is wearing, of course, because we love Sailor Mars. And then this little like bow shirt as well is very cute. However, I will say the rest of them, they are a little bit too casual. So, okay, if we're gonna rank this, I really want to put her in like steal her whole closet because I love the little sailor outfit so much. But if we are taking into consideration her civilian outfits, I do think that some of them are kind of basic. So, and I know there are some other girlies in here that do have phenomenal style in every single aspect of their life. So for now, I'm gonna put her right in the middle. But please note that I do love her sailor outfit with all of my heart. Next, we have a show that really did crawl out of the depths of my memory. I completely forgot this existed until I started to think back on iconic animated outfits. And I suddenly remembered Sharon from Braceface. I wouldn't blame you if you don't remember this show because I could not tell you a single thing about this plot, except that this girl has magnetic braces. Now, looking at these outfits, they are nothing special. You're probably like, why is she even in here? These are way less interesting than Sailor Moon. Well, there is a very specific reason that she is in here, and that is solely for one specific item, which is this blue t-shirt. I don't know what it was about this gosh darn basic t-shirt that had me in a chokehold when I was like 6. I wanted this crop top so bad as a kid. I can't explain it. I just loved it so much. Looking at it now, it's literally a basic top. I don't know why I was so obsessed with it, but to be honest, I would still steal it just for nostalgic purposes. So I do kind of love it. The other outfits she wears, I think what I will say is that I do really appreciate this show because this was one of those shows that made the characters wear different outfits within an episode. And I just appreciated that so much as a kid. It just felt so much more real when characters would wear different outfits on different days. But I will say the rest of her outfits are kind of generic. And also, like, doesn't this look like Lelaine from Lizzie McGuire? So if I were to rank Sharon, I'm just gonna steal that one t-shirt because it's very iconic. I know it's basic, but I would like it for the memories. Next, we have Sam and Paulina from Danny Phantom. This theme song is such a banger. I love the theme song to Danny Phantom. It's just, I could listen to that on repeat.
He's a phantom.
So in terms of these girls' fashion, Paulina has such cute style. I loved this pink barrette in her hair. I love the little eyeshadow. It's basic. It's a crop top and capris, but you know what? She works it. She looks great. Then we have Sam, who is our alternative goth girl of the 2000s cartoon characters. This is completely not my style at all, but she works it so well. She's got a great color combo. We've got like the purple and we've got the little moss green tartan skirt. I just feel like she just understands fashion. I think both of these girls are very well dressed. However, I do feel it is a little bit uninspired in a way, and I think that just has to do with the art style. It's very flat, so you don't get a lot of detail. I wouldn't steal Sam's outfit because I wouldn't wear any of it, but I do appreciate her self-expression. And Paulina, it's just a little bit too casual, I feel, even though I literally just said I would steal a basic blue t-shirt. This doesn't hold the same nostalgic value, so I don't know if I would steal hers either. So I think even though I love these girls and they both have an equal amount of fashion sass and diva to them, I am gonna admire them from afar. I think I'm gonna put them in cute but not stealable. It's wild that this is above that, but it's fine. Next, we have a show that I believe if Paulina and Sam had a baby, they would make this character, which is Trixie from The Fairly Odd Parents. She has the purple from Sam and the little girlishness of Paulina, and look at her, she's adorable. See, this has a little bit more spice to it. I love the little turtleneck, the little white mini skirt, and these little white go-go boots. It's just such a really cute fashionable outfit paired with her little purple bandana and purple eyeshadow. She's just so coordinated. I do feel that this is like a little bit more unique. And then she also has this little nightgown, which is, I don't know what is going on with this frilliness, but it is kind of fun because it keeps her turtleneck that she has in her everyday look. It's also kind of giving Ariana Grande from that one photo where she's wearing a purple sweater dress. And I used to really love that outfit. In terms of ranking her, I am going to be swiping this outfit from the closet. Thank you. Even though I know she technically only has one outfit in her closet, so like this would probably be more accurate. I think I'm just gonna put her in stealing one piece, as in like the one outfit that she has. I feel like that makes the most sense because I wouldn't put her above Sailor Moon. So I'm gonna put her here. I might move these around later, but I'm definitely stealing this outfit. She just doesn't have an entire closet to steal. Next, we have the one and only girls with a passion for fashion, which can only mean the Bratz. I have really mixed feelings about these ladies. Obviously, these girls are very fashionable, and they all had different outfits every episode, which I love. The main issue I have with the Bratz is that this animation was just so bad, and unfortunately, I feel degrades the quality of the clothing. I don't know if that's really a fair criticism to make, but I don't know. I can't look past it either. But let's take that out of the equation for a second. Let's just judge the girls based on the outfits. So I do love Yasmin's classic outfit here. I think Chloe looks great. Not a huge fan of Jade's hat going on here, but you know what? She's always been the most fashion forward of the group, so I do appreciate getting out of the box. Here's another screenshot of the girls from the show. Again, I really love Jade's outfit, and I also really love Sasha's outfit, but some of these are hits and misses. Like Chloe's is a little bit boring, Yasmin's is a little bit out there. And again, the animation style, it just hurts me. So how much would I want to steal from their closet? The weird thing is I feel like if I think of the dolls, I would want to steal their entire closet because the Bratz always dressed so well. They were always so much more trendier than Barbie. And you know what? They do have a lot of outfits. I think it's just the animation that makes the clothes look less interesting. So here's what I'm gonna do. Because the thing is, these girls have a passion for fashion. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna put Chloe, Jade, Sasha, and Yasmin. This might be controversial. I'm gonna put them in steal the whole closet because I feel like you'd get so many great pieces out of the Bratz collection, but I'm not gonna put it into die for because of the animation style. I feel like there are better options that will come across that can go in this category, but I would steal the whole closet. I don't think I would die for the closet, but I would steal it. However, if the closet was like the dolls, maybe I would die for it. But I'm just gonna put it here because technically we are basing this on the cartoon fashion. Next, we have another very well-known group of girls, the Powerpuff Girls. These girls only have one outfit, but you know what? It is a very classic, iconic outfit. And what I appreciate about the Powerpuff Girls is that there is not much going on here. It's like 3 rectangles and like a semicircle for a shoe. And yet it is so recognizable. And also this color combo, the blue, the pink, and the green, it all looks so good together. Plus Blossom's little bow, very cute. So I love the unity. I love how it's so classic. I love how it's so recognizable. Would I steal it though? I don't think so. I don't think I would. I feel like I could make this outfit. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna put that because it's just so simple. I think I'm gonna say it's cute, but it's not stealable. This decision of mine is questionable, but whatever. I don't know. Should I steal one dress? Should I steal Bubbles' dress? Because I love blue. Maybe, should I steal Bubbles? Maybe I'll steal Bubbles' dress. So this makes a little bit more sense. I don't know though, but she's just so, yeah, you know what? I'll steal one of the outfits. I'll steal Bubbles because I love Bubbles. Next, we have the girls of Scooby-Doo, Daphne and Velma. These ladies are very classic. Out of the two, I do prefer Daphne's just because this just leans towards my style a little bit more. However, I love that Velma looks so comfortable. Like this orange turtleneck, I feel like is like a little blanket. I feel like it's so snuggly and looks so warm. I don't blame her for living in this. Also, her little high socks are cute too. But yeah, Daphne is definitely the outfit that I always liked. I love this little scarf and her little purple tights. I think out of the two, I would be most likely to steal Daphne's just because it is a little bit more unique. While I do love Velma's little outfit, I just don't think I would steal it. So I'm gonna say with these two girls, I'm gonna definitely be stealing Daphne's outfit. So also again, we're gonna steal one piece. I should have named this to like steal one outfit, but it's fine. Next, we have a couple of the girls from Pokemon, Misty and Jessie from Team Rockets. First of all, Misty is just in the cutest little getup here. Her little suspenders, her little short shorts, and these little cute sneakers is very 90s, and I love it. And Jessie in her little Team Rocket uniform is just serving all looks. Look at this little, layered crop top moment, this little mini skirt, her high boots, her gloves, and her little pearl earrings. Also, like, her hair is just so fantastic. She gets up and styles it like this every morning. She's just great, even though she's the villain, but it's fine. I do really love both of these girls' outfits because they are very nostalgic to me, but I don't love them as much as some of the other girls on this list. So I think I'm gonna put them as cute, but not stealable. Next, we have the Ashleys from Recess, including Ashley S., otherwise known as Spinelli. These were the most fashionable girls on the playground, and I remember so badly wanting to stay in their tire clubhouse. I thought that was the coolest idea ever. And for 5th graders, I think they're 5th graders, I don't really remember. Maybe they're 4th graders, 4th or 5th graders. They are dressed so fashionably. I mean, they just look great. This girl is giving Clueless, and I would steal her outfit just for that. I also really like this Ashley's outfit because it's blue. Not really a fan of this Ashley's outfit, and it's just, the green is not my color, I guess. And Ashley A, I could pass on this outfit. I do think she looks quite cute, but I would go for either of these girls' outfits over hers. Now, Spinelli, I love her little get up here. The little socks/tights are a great accessory, and I always loved this hat. Also, this is a really cute outfit too. Probably could do without the hat, but the plaid is very fun. Out of all of the Ashleys, I would be stealing some of their outfits and I'd be leaving some of their other outfits behind. So I'm gonna put them in steal multiple pieces. Next, we have another show that almost escaped my brain as well. But when I saw her, I said, oh my God, I forgot how much I loved this girl's outfit. And that is Sabrina the Teenage Witch from the animated series. I'm specifically talking about this pink number. I don't know what it was about this little set, but I wanted it so bad, and I still want it to this day. I also always loved her little barrettes, and the fact that she had a moon and a star earring was so cool to me. She does very much look like Polly Pocket, which I loved growing up. I also don't remember who these characters are at all, but this boy looks like the most 2000s boy outfit ever. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen, and she is just stylish as heck. Also, we cannot forget Sabrina's aunts. This aunt, I don't remember their names. I'm really sorry. I don't love her outfit. It's a little bit less interesting, but this aunt, this dress is also kind of not interesting. However, the shoes are what I'm eyeing. These Bratz shoes I would like to own. I also do really like this color, but the dress itself is kind of, it's okay. Sabrina also did have a couple of outfits between episodes like this one, but it was always the pink number that did have me in a chokehold. So if I'm looking at the show as a whole and I'm including her aunts and her friend, I am going to be stealing multiple outfits. If I just consider Sabrina, I would just steal her one pink outfit. But you know what? I do want her aunt's shoes, and I think I'll steal her friend's blue corset. So I'm gonna go with steal multiple pieces for Sabrina. Next, we have a show that I don't necessarily think is the most fashionable, but I did want to shout it out because it was created by my country, which is Canada. 16. I loved this show as a kid. It was phenomenal. In 16, we have Jen, who was always like the sporty, everyday girl. We have Caitlin, who was the preppy, sweet, ditzy one. And then we have Nikki, who was the cool, chill one. Out of all these girls, none of these outfits are particularly interesting to me, although I always did love her little butterfly clip. I think out of all of the girls, Nikki has the most interesting style. I love these baggy pants. I don't think I would steal any of their outfits, but I did want to shout them out because this was a great show. So I'm gonna pop it down into cute, but not stealable. Okay, so we're on to our last couple of shows, starting with none other than the most iconic teen spy, Kim Possible. This was one of my most favorite shows growing up. I would watch this show today. I really think this is one of the most top tier animated shows of the 2000s. Also has one of the best theme songs ever created. Kim Possible! Kim's fashion is very memorable to me, specifically these baggy cargo pants that look so comfortable. In fact, this entire outfit is S tier. It's just such a great look. The branding is on point. I love the gloves. I love the crop top. It's not practical for fighting evil supervillains, but that's okay. We did also get this purple number and her zero suit, which I love. Zero suit Kim. This black number was also such a moment. Of course, there's her iconic cheerleading dress, and then all her other just casual numbers always looked so comfortable and easy to wear. I think Kim's fashion, it's not as intricate or as exciting as some of the other people that we've looked at, but it is really relatable. There is a lot of nostalgia that I have with her outfits. So in terms of stealability, this one is actually really hard now that I think about it, because I don't think her outfits are that I need to steal them, but they have so much nostalgic value to them. But if I am just ranking the fashion, I'm definitely taking this one, and I'm definitely taking this one. And I might even just snag her cheerleading outfit because why not? So again, I think I'm gonna put her in steal multiple pieces. So it won't steal the whole closet, but I will steal her most iconic pieces. Next, we have Raven and Starfire from Teen Titans. These girls only really have one look each, and I love both of them. It's so funny because when I was a kid, I was definitely a Starfire girl. I loved her so much. I loved this whole getup here, and I still really love it. But I think now I identify with Raven. I feel like this is me. I feel like I sound like her.
Raven, we have done it!
But I think internally, this is what's happening in my head. In terms of their fashion, I love both of their outfits. I love Starfire's two-piece and thigh-high boots, plus these little like arm things. And Raven always looked so cool with this long-sleeved one piece and the little belt that goes across her hips and this cape, obviously. I have absolutely zero practical need for either of these outfits, but I will be stealing both of them. The question is, would I die for them? Would I die for them? If I could also get their superpowers, then I would definitely die for them. The more I think about this tier list, the more I realize that this is entirely dependent on how many outfits the characters have, because I think I would die for Sailor Moon's outfits over Teen Titans, but because she has more civilian life outfits that I don't love, I put her here. So this doesn't really make sense. So where do I put this? Do you know what I might do? I think I'm gonna put her in here, and I think I'm gonna move Sailor Moon up here because I genuinely would die for this Sailor Moon outfit. I love her Sailor Moon outfit so much that I'll just die for the whole closet anyway. So I think that makes more sense. I don't think I would die for these outfits, but I would steal both of them. Next, we have Sam, Alex, and Clover from Totally Spies. These girls are definitely near, if not at the top of the pinnacle of cartoon fashion. I think out of all of the cartoon girls that we've looked at, Totally Spies definitely had the most outfits out of anyone. Like, I think every single episode and between scenes in each episode, they would be wearing something different. Plus, they all have this underlying 70s vibe to them. Obviously, like, all of these colors are very 70s, and you've got like the little flower prints, and a lot of the silhouettes are very 70s. And we cannot forget their iconic spy suits. I don't know if the industry today would be this detailed with the outfits of their characters. I feel like nowadays they'd be like, oh, that's too expensive to design each episode. But that was honestly one of my favorite things about this show, and it was genuinely one part of why I kept coming back to watch it, because I wanted to see what the girls were wearing. Obviously, I also watched it for the plot, but as someone who has just always loved visuals, I would be lying to say I was not looking forward to see what outfits the girls were wearing. Something I also really love about the girls is that none of them are forced to wear a certain color palette. Usually, I really like that in movies, like one character is specific to a color palette, but I do think it is kind of cool in this show how, you know, you'll see, this is Clover, right? I think Clover is wearing pink here, and then Alex is wearing pink here, and then Sam is wearing green here, and then Alex is wearing green here. So they're not like stuck in a certain color palette, which I think is really nice for an animated show. Also, we can't forget Mandy, who was a stylish queen, and she did own the color purple. I think the only criticism I have of their fashion is that their styles seem really interchangeable. Like, you could put any of these outfits on any of the girls and it would, I guess, make sense, but I wish they had a very unique style. Like, if Clover was always like girly or something, and Sam was a bit more sporty, and maybe Alex is more preppy or something. But that said, I do genuinely love the entire closet of Totally Spies. But, and this might shock some of you, I don't think I would die for it. I truly don't think I would. I really want the whole closet, but I don't think I would put myself in like grave peril. I genuinely would though for Sailor Moon and Sailor Mars's outfit. I think this one, I'm gonna steal the whole thing, but it's not life risking. And I think this will make more sense when we get to our very last group, which, if you haven't already guessed, is none other than the Winx Club, where this entire video idea started. Going through all of these outfits, I actually do still think that the Winx Club is the reigning champion of cartoon fashion of the 2000s. And I mean, it's easy to see why. Just by looking at their fairy outfits, I literally would wear all of these. Now, I am just considering season 1 to 3, I think it is, because that's what I grew up with. But I know there were many other seasons where like the styles changed and all of that stuff. But when I think of Winx Club, I think of the OG Winx Club, and I think of these outfits. Out of all of these fairy outfits, my favorite one was always Aisha, who I used to know by Layla, but apparently her name is Aisha now. I did also really like Bloom's outfit and Flora's. One thing I love about these fairy outfits is that they all had sparkles on them. I feel like that just adds such a level of detail to the outfits, and it's just not something that you saw a lot in cartoon characters. I think now that I'm older too, I also really appreciate Muse's fairy outfit, but my least favorite was always Tekna's. And the reason is not because she had a jumpsuit, it's because of this helmet. I mean, all the other girls have these cute little hairstyles and hers is packed into this like alien cone. And then on top of their adorable fairy outfits, they also had just such amazing civilian outfits. I would die for these bell bottoms that Bloom had. I would die for this little set that Flora has. This is definitely not my style, but I just love it. It's so cool. I also love this outfit from Flora. I love this outfit. Honestly, I just love all of them. What made the Winx Club so unique for fashion as well is they actually did have fashion designers working with them to design a lot of the outfits, and the girls are all based on pop culture figures at the time. So I think Bloom was based on Britney Spears, Stella was based on Cameron Diaz, Flora was based on J-Lo, Musa was Lucy Liu, Tekna was Pink, and then Layla/Aisha was Beyonce. And unlike Totally Spies, what I loved about all of these girls is they all have a unique style. So you can really get a sense of their personality. I feel like when the reboot comes out, I may or may not talk about the fashion in the reboot, because this would not be the first time that the fashion is a little bit disappointing. If you remember Fate, the Winx saga, that was a very failed attempt by Netflix to remake the Winx in live action. Those outfits were so disappointing and just did not capture the vibe of the Winx Club at all, which very clearly is very fashion forward and was genuinely one of the best things about the show. I also cannot talk about the Winx Club without mentioning the witches, Stormy, Icy, and Darcy. I mean, first of all, their makeup was always just so iconic, and all three of their outfits are great. I especially love how Stormy has little lightning bolts for her hair. And on top of that, they also had fantastic streetwear as well. I mean, are you kidding me? I would take all of these outfits. Thank you very much. And so I don't think it's a surprise that I'm gonna put the Winx Club in the #1 spot. Genuinely, I would do anything. I would do anything for this entire collection, even the outfits that aren't my style. I would die for them. I really would. Okay, so let me just look at these again just to see if I actually agree with myself. I feel like these are in the right place. Yeah, I feel like that's in the right place. Yeah, I think this is all the right place. The only one that I would consider changing would be the Bratz wardrobe, solely because the doll outfits are so good, but I am gonna keep her in Steal the Whole Closet because I just don't know how authentic of a piece I would be stealing if it was the animated version. Some honorable mentions that I do think had good fashion, I just didn't watch these shows growing up, would include Adventure Time and Total Drama Island. I also was considering putting Avatar: The Last Airbender in here because that's like one of my favorite shows of all time. I didn't because I don't think that show is known for its fashion, so I left it out, but I love that show with all my heart. I'm really craving to do some more content that's like a little bit more fun, intermixed with the more formal essay type videos. I know a lot of you really liked that Disney princess ranking video, so I figured maybe you'd like something like this too. Please let me know if there are any cartoons that I didn't include that you think had great costume design. Let me know if you agree with this ranking, and if you don't, what would you change? I hope you have the best day or night. Don't actually steal anything unless it's hypothetical. Yeah, and thank you guys so much for watching.